Hello to another part, and in fact, the final part of Sane Trilogy Crash Bandicoot 3. This time we're going to be cleaning up everything. We're getting all the relics for Warp Room 5. We're also going to be finishing up all Warp Room 6 right now. We're getting all the shit done of that, because we have 3 levels remaining of that one, and we have just the relics for these 5 levels here. And then we will fight Cortex, last fight of the entire game, the big Cortex 5 Crash Free, which is essentially the exact same fight as the first fucking... It's essentially a nothing fight, really. But we'll get to that soon. But right now, we're going to just get through this, which is me going through and getting all these relics. And by the way, there was a bit during all of this where I actually went through that platform and I got stuck in the whole fucking thing and had to like redo the entire level. I don't know which future level it was. I don't know if it's this one or the last one, but there was definitely a bit where I essentially glitched through the platform, moving platform here, the fucking camera and such. And I fucked up the entire level, and I had to exit the level and restart the entire thing because I was stuck there for good. So yeah, keep note of that. And yeah, you can just go past these guys. You don't have to actually take care of them bazooka. It's faster that way. And boom! There you go. 1 minute, 1 second, 54 seconds, 54 milliseconds, I mean. That is the first one completed. And yes, as you can see, there's the stats, the actual bullshit, not me redoing all of this time. This time I actually kept my fucking footage, so we're good to go. Next up is Orange Asphalt, which, once again, you want to just kind of wait for these guys to fuck off so you got the time to do this. And I should have been telling you how long you'd have to wait, but because of problems with Vegas and such, I couldn't really do that. Here I can. You have to wait about a good 20, 30... Let's say you have to wait about 40, 45 seconds for these guys to fuck off, so you have enough time to, like, not be interrupted by these guys and not have your run go to shit completely. Because if you try to, like, do it immediately, you are essentially risking easy fucking of losing your run completely due to them and having your entire route be destroyed because of these assholes. Meanwhile, you can still get a good route, you can still get a very good route if you just wait for them to go by, because you don't have to actually get first. There's no point in getting first in these relic runs with the bikes. All you have to worry about is getting the time. If you got the time, then you're good to go. There are some bits where the turns can be bullshit, so going into the dirt isn't always the worst thing. But once you get to this boost right here, once you get to that, you want to make sure you don't lose that boost at all when you go for that jump. Go past these cop cars doing this sort of shit here. Get that. And then just break through that and get the boost. Or if you're lucky, go through it and then touch it from the very corner edge to get that shit done. And yeah, if you're very lucky, you can just like hit the corner there, not hit the fence. But I would recommend hitting the fence anyway, because, or stopping, because that turn is bullshit with boost. You don't want boost when you're doing that turn. Then skip that ramp, get that boost, and then keep it. Do not lose it. Get this next boost here. Keep the thing going. If you can't, that's fine. I couldn't. I did once, but I couldn't really in this one. But yeah, once you get over here, go through this guy here. If you're lucky, you can skim right through him. If you're not lucky, you'll hit him. And then just get through the entire thing. Gain all the boxes, like so. And get to the finish line, there you go. This is not as tough as the nighttime one from before, but it is a tough one to deal with, and it is easy to fuck up, and he ran over my bike. There you go, 1 minute, 22 seconds, 18 milliseconds. There's my bike time there. You can easily beat it, but that's my best time right there. I'm going to stick with it. So next up, we have a level 23 Flame Passion. And this one has the green gem. So it is definitely not a difficult one to deal with just beating the level, but a difficult one to actually do when gaining the relic, because it's not the time that you have to worry about, it's the movements you have to worry about with this one, because you have to make some pretty tough jumps in order to actually get a really good time going. If you do not get these good jumps, there's a very good chance you can basically fuck your entire run up because of it. Timing and getting your movement right is pretty much imperative, and I fuck up quite a bit. I should have restarted right there, because if I actually have gone up there, that would have been fine. I would have actually gone a really good time. Instead, I fucked up, and yeah, that can be a huge risk. In fact, this entire run I'm doing right now is a huge risk, because I believe I got very little milliseconds off the actual time you have to beat to get the platinum. So I got very lucky with this run. If you want to make a really good run, don't do what I do, because I risk it. I believe the relic time is 59:05, I think. So I just barely made it. So yeah, be careful of that one. It is a risky fucking time to make. And so is this one, Mad Bombers. This one sucks. I hate this fucking one. It took me 30 attempts to figure out the exact path in order to actually beat this. And yet, it is not the path. There are better paths, apparently, that I don't know about. And I don't think I'll ever know about, because not only do I not look this shit up, but I essentially have no idea how people were able to beat this in such a faster pace than I did. I really don't. Outside of me getting better aiming going on, because not only do you have to aim on those fucking two engines, but you do have to actually know where to place your bullets, because the bullets, they go on their own thing and such. So it's very annoying in that regard, but I got lucky, and I was able to actually get the platinum time with my run here. If you look up the best time on YouTube for platinum on this sort of level, you might be able to find a better route, but even then, it is such a pain in the fucking ass that I actually had to restart. As you saw there, I restarted there, because editing this part's a pain in the ass, because once again, Vegas is having a bit of a fit on this footage, and I had to do some things to fix it. Even then, it is lagging and making viewing really tough for me. But I might as well just show you that I did have to restart there because I was too slow. Because here's the thing. If there's a way of turboing on these planes, I don't know how to do that. I know how to do that on only one level. And that level is in Warp Room 6. Every other plane level in this game, I don't think there is a boost button for them. So right off the bat, I'm pretty sure I just fucked up the entire run. But I tried to go over it, and I'm pretty sure I restart anyway because the run was shit. Because, yeah, as you can see, this is just my plain tries. Like, these are my actual attempts. As you can also see, these planes and their positioning are such bullshit that I seriously could not do it. See? So I restart again. Vegas is still lagging on me, making it hard for me to see. And as you can see, this is by far the toughest I've had to deal with this game. Mad Bombers is, in my honest opinion, the fucking hardest of them all. And I had a shitty start there. I had a really shit start there. I'm pretty sure I'm going to restart immediately because of it. Yeah, that's a terrible start. That is an absolutely terrible start. Here's the actual run now. So yeah, I just wanted to explain just how bad this is, and I wanted to show you how bad this is. You don't know what the time is for this, in fact. In fact, I'll go ahead and tell you what the fucking time is for Platinum in this one, because Once I tell the time and you see my best attempt here, you'll see how bullshit this is. Okay, you'll see how fucking messed up this time is. You ready for it? Here it is. 58:13. Yes. On PAL, on the original in PAL, it's 1 minute 38 seconds. 16. NTSC, 1:38:13. They made this level, this fucking relic, so much harder in the remaster. This is one of the rare times where the developers of the remaster literally made the relic for a level much more difficult than the original. This was my best time because of it. That is bullshit. 57:85 was my best. I got lucky. I got very lucky. The best, though, the best time right now is 42 seconds. But I believe it's lower. In fact, I believe right now it's lower. So that's insane, okay? That's fucking crazy. I don't even know how. But there you go. So now it's time for this level. Level 24. Level 25, I mean, which is Bug Light. And it's the final level of Warp Room 5. After this, we'll be going straight to Warp Room 6. So, this one, nothing to really write home about. It's mainly all down to how you do your technique of slide, spin, jumps, and such. Or it's just slide jumps, really. And of course, all comes down to the Aku Aku Mask as well. You need the free Aku Aku Mask in order to get through as fast as possible. But yeah, get through this, and it's much easier than Mad Bombers. Once you get through, you're done. But yeah, Mad Bombers, that sucked. I don't know how you can do faster than that, because I know some things about these levels. I don't know shit. I don't remember shit about the plane levels. I don't know how the fuck you can be faster than them. I'm sure someone who has more knowledge on that shit will know exactly how to be fucking good at Mad Bombers. Like how to be really fast at Mad Bombers. I'm sure someone knows how to like boost and be fast at Mad Bombers. I don't fucking know. I don't know the button for being fast at Mad Bombers. I really don't. Because I press every button and nothing happened. I don't know what the button is for being faster than that fucking piece of shit. But there you go. And there you go. That is all Room 5 done. That is all the relics done for that one. Now it is time for Warp Room 6. And now the video is going to be fine with this. Let's get into Ski Craze, level 26. So, Ski Crazed. This one is sort of annoying, but it's not as annoying as Hot Cocoa, and in a way is essentially sort of a practice, a training level for Hot Cocoa, because a lot of the same shit in Hot Cocoa is in this level, so you want to make sure that you are very well prepared for that crap. So you have a lot of bombs around here, a lot of closely linked bombs, all in a sort of maneuver that you have to make it through. And considering that the controls are different in this compared to the original, you will have to actually like get used to it a lot more than you did the original. It's going to be a lot more difficult to actually maneuver through this stuff. But some of the same tactics is still here. Like the fact you don't go for that ramp right over to there. You have to go to the other side, like to the right, for the ramp there, and then you go for the both of them. You don't go for the one on that ramp, then go around and get the other ramp, box, because that's just wasteful. That's a waste of time. Then you make sure to get all these other boxes here. Make sure you get the one that's on the dive, by the way. There is a box that's in the water, so you have to dive for that. Make sure you know how to dive. It's the up button. Hold it up, and you'll dive down. Not a lot of people actually know you can dive. It's not something you can just be taught. The game never actually teaches you how to dive. You're supposed to figure that shit out yourself. But yeah, essentially once you make it through and get all the boxes, then you have to get the relic for this level, which the relic for this is, it's kind of forgiving. The boxes here, their positioning, they're not that terrible, and the bombs, while they can be dickish, you can deal with them, no problem. The relic though, it has its moments of being bullshit, but it is, in all regards, forgiving. You can miss some very needed boxes and can still get the platinum relic for this level, so it's forgiving. And I'll be showcasing that when we get to it. But right now, I have to get all the boxes for the box gem, because there is no crystals in the Vault Room 6. I should also mention that. Because we got all the crystals already and have already beaten the game, there are no more crystals to collect. It's all gems. So your reward with this level is to get all the boxes. If you just beat the level, you get nothing. So instead of just beating the level and getting absolutely fucking nothing, get all the boxes and get the gem, because that's the only reward at this point. There's nothing else to get. After that, get the relic, which by the way, you can get the relic for pretty much, you know, right off the bat, because the relic is right there. In all the Vault Room 6 levels, the relic is just there for you to get immediately. You don't have to actually beat the level and then get the shit. Unlike every other level, you do get the fucking relic clock right there. Just like those Secret 2 levels with the dinosaur, Xindictive Rex, and Hot Cocoa. The clock is right there from the very get-go. So, if you want the relic immediately, you can do that. But what I would not recommend for any level except for Xindictive Rex is getting every box with the relic, the platinum relic. Do not do that, because you can't fucking do that. Except for Xindictive Rex, as you saw, you might as well just go ahead and do that, because the gem is at the end, and there's no boxes in that, so... But yeah, once you get through all this shit, I've noticed there's a lot of stuff from Hot Cocoa in this, like this stuff here and such. That's what I mean. This is sort of like a practice level for Hot Cocoa. If you want to get very good at Hot Cocoa, essentially play this level, beat this level 100%, and you'll have some experience of Hot Cocoa. And you'll know some of its tricks. You'll still have to be very cautious of Hot Cocoa though, because there's still some stuff that will pretty much fuck you over, if nothing else. Well, there you go. That's the gem. Now it's time for the relic, which I'm doing right now. So first of all, angle yourself correctly right over here, so you go straight forward for this box here, as well as turn. And yeah, just make sure you do that so you're not in a bad position for when you have to go and do this shit. And yeah, this one can be a bit annoying with the placements and such, but ultimately it is not that tough. It's not like Mad Bombers. It's not like anything really. All the Vault Room 6 levels are actually fairly simple to get through, except for Rings of Power, which is the very last level for us, which is level 30. That one has some bullshit that I'm not a fan of, and it is obnoxious to deal with anything else. This level, however, is pretty tame though, especially since you can have that clock almost locked up the entire level. Almost. There are bits where it's too far away for you to actually get a lot of time locked up, but there are bits where you can essentially have that clock be just locked up, stuck in time forever, because there's so many of these time boxes around that give you so much time. And this is the point where it happens, I believe. So you could just go and get that with your Aqua mask. I didn't. You should have. You could have gotten like 1 second extra. But those 2 boxes you want to get at the same time. And you get that shit. Lose your Aqua Mass to that bomb. Don't lose it to anything else. It's fast to lose it to that bomb there instead of maneuvering around. And then get this shit. Be careful of this shit here. If you want to lose the bomb there as well, you can. But I wouldn't recommend it really. Get this Aqua Mask here. And the one you want to lose that to isn't around here. It's a bit later. Do not lose it yet. If you do, you'll risk yourself a lot of pain. Get the Nitro here. Continue on forward. Now, don't worry about that one right there. Just continue going through. Get that shit. Go through and get to the exit. If you did lose your Akaku Mask, do that jump. If you didn't, I'd recommend not doing the jump and getting the time box that's surrounded by bombs. Either way, make it through, and there you go. 3306, that's our platinum. Now it's time for Area 51, our final bike level. This one's interesting. You get a gem if you get first in this one, which you have to. And you also get a gem, you get the boxes, and of course there's a relic as well, which is right there at the start. Now, if you want, I would recommend getting the relic with first place. Because you'll be doing that anyway, considering the way this is all set out. You see, your race here isn't with normal enemies, normal racers I mean, it is with UFOs. And their positioning and their movement is dictated in a way of like a path. So if you know the path, it isn't that bad, but you have to do like some sort of things like being in the very middle of the track to not get fucked by them. And it is by far the most annoying fucking thing in this entire game to deal with. But yeah, the other annoying thing are these fucking cop cars that are basically racing against you. These fuckers are obnoxious. You have to be careful about them because where they spawn isn't exactly very noticeable. And you can easily get yourself screwed over because of them. I have lost many a relic run because of these dickheads. It is just that obnoxious to deal with. But yeah, once you actually get through all this stuff and get all your boxes and such, and get first as well, that's your gems. Or, if you wanted to, you can do the relic and get first as well. You get a gem and a relic that way. You can do the box at your own leisure if you want to. Either way is fine, and in fact, either way is very required if you want to get through this in only 2 runs and no pain. Otherwise, you do it all separately. You have to do this 3 times, and I don't want you to do this 3 times. I'd recommend that you just do this twice. Because there's shit like that where the turning is just bullshit. I mean, you can see. It's not impossible to see everything. It's just that it's a pain in the ass. As you can see, right off the bat, if you went for the relic, you went for the box gem. Either way, you'll get first because the race here is sort of forgiving and there's not much difficult with it. So yeah, I went for the box gem. I could go for the relic, but I went for the box gem first. I'll begin the relic right now. By the way, bringing down the house is our achievement for that. So, now it's time for this shit. And yeah, bringing down the house means you got every gem, normal gem, in the level. Because it doesn't really count the secret level. It does not count Agapis Rex and Hot Coco's gems, that achievement. It counts all the ones, including what was 6s. So the last 2 gems are like its own thing, its own bonus thing. You get that shit pretty much on your own leisure. So yeah, this relic run here. This one is fairly simple. You can do almost the exact same path you want to, and you can still get the fucking relic here. The problem though is you don't want to get every crate in this one, because some of the crate positioning will fuck up your routing and make you lose your boost, which you don't want to lose. When it comes to this one, you want the boost. You want to keep that fucking boost. And maneuverability is already fucked over because you have the boost. So, you don't want to lose that. And by the way, that UFO can be a dick. Be careful. But yeah, outside of that, once you get past all the UFOs, it's pretty much the easiest second half of this. Just get your speed, make sure you're fast, and you're fine. The first half of this is really difficult, and you can easily fuck up your entire run because of the UFOs and such. Once you pass the UFOs, second half of the level, easy. Really fucking easy. There's no difficulty to this one. If you lose the run because of the second half, either it's because of the fucking coppers, or you just suck. There's nothing else to that. And yeah, get to the exit and that's it. I got 1:47:23. That's my best time for that one. That's another platinum. Now it's time for the very final level of ours, which is Rings of Power, or Ring of Power, whatever. Ring, who gives a shit. We're doing level 30 now. And level 30, I didn't quite get. I understood what you have to do for the relic later on, but it's something that the game doesn't tell you, much like the diving. In fact, I didn't even know about this, mainly because I never went for the platinum relics of this game before. So, let me explain how this works. You are racing against an asshole. You're racing against 3 assholes. And the rings are your boost. You want to go through every ring to boost through. The problem is, while you're doing this, there are crates around here. You want to shoot all the crates down. It's also, by the way, the last plane level. Now, while this has its good times, while this is a pretty fun and tame level, this race isn't so tame, and the relic is definitely not tame. Let me explain why. First of all, I'd recommend you get the crates out of the way first, and then do the race. Or if you want, you can do the race and then the relics, or whatever. Because I would recommend actually doing the race with the relic. I would not recommend doing the race and actually getting first without it. Because here's the thing. That spin of yours makes you boost faster, and you want to boost faster. The problem is, when you boost faster, essentially, it fucks up so much because it makes it pretty much impossible to take care of the crates, and it also screws up your turns. It makes turning a pain in the ass. And that's the biggest problem, because when you get near the end, the rings are so closely put together and so tightly turned, you sort of have to stop having the boost in order to make the turn. That is, if you're doing this the way you think you're supposed to do this. The actual way of doing this is by far the most annoying fucking thing to figure out. First of all, always spin on every ring. And second of all, know that you can bank with the trigger buttons. I bet you didn't even fucking know you can bank with the trigger buttons. I didn't. I didn't know you can do banking with this game. But if you have the instruction manual, you can figure that shit out. Too bad nobody fucking reads that shit anymore, because instruction manuals have basically died at this point. So, I went with the flow and did it with no instruction manual because they're supposed to be dead now. They're a dead fucking thing nowadays. But I don't think the instruction manuals of the olden days even told you can bank in this game. So this is sort of something that I had to figure out myself. And I hate the fact that I had to figure this shit out myself. But even in the banking, like, the banking makes it so much easier. But here's the thing. I didn't even know you had to bank. I didn't even know that banking was a thing. So when I went for this shit here, I had to do it like this. And yeah, I made it through just barely. But if you know there's banking, you can make it through. And I also got the gem already, but this was a gold run that I got the gem in. Because once you get all the gems, you basically have to fight Cortex because all levels are locked. So you saw my platinum run there. I'm going to jump cut out of that. It's sort of like in a not straightforward thing that I did. Because I get the gold here. I got the platinum already. But yeah, there's banking. And I did not notice about this until way after I did this run. And we get a little bit of confetti for getting all the shit. But yeah, all levels are gone because you have to fight Cortex again. We are forced to fight Cortex again without all the gems. So if you want to get the platinums before you get to fight Cortex, do the race and the relic first. Do not do the boxes. Do the boxes last. But yeah, all levels are locked. I can't do anything. I have, in the non-linear way of editing, done the full 105% for this game. And there's our final gem. So there you go. And that's our reward. Nice bit of a fireworks show and such. That's for basically beating the game. 105%, because we got everything that was needed. It was 104%, but we get 105%, I believe. No, we got 105% of that last gem, never mind. There you go, 105%, even though I didn't get the platinum relic yet. Don't worry, I'll begin that. I already got that though, so it doesn't really count to the thing, but in my opinion, it does in my heart. So there you go. Now it's time for Cortex, and it's the same fucking fight as before, so just beat Cortex again.
Yes, it is true. The Bandicoot has brought all the crystals and all of the gems to me. Ultimate power is mine. The world as we know it is about to end.
That's the only difference. That little cutscene. After that, it's the exact same boss fight. They could have given me something tougher and bigger or whatever, but this boss fight, this big final boss fight at Crash 3 is just so shit that I kinda just want to fail it deliberately so that I can feel like this is tough to me. Because we already did this fight before. It's the exact same boss fight as if you did any percent. So yeah, just do the exact same thing you did before and win the fight, and there you go. There is nothing different. There's nothing new. Honestly, if you think this is tough, if you think this is tougher than the any percent boss fight, I don't know what world you live in, but you're an idiot. And yeah, this is it. This is the big fight, and I'm showing it all uncut because why not? Might as well just spend some time dealing with it uncut. Knock him down into the hole. I got nothing to say. I already talked at length about this boss fight already. So really it's the same shit. So really we're done here. After this boss fight, that is the end of this Let's Play, and that is it for Sane Trilogy 2. There's nothing else to this fucking trilogy. There's nothing bonus about this. There's nothing special about completing all 3 games 100%. You don't get anything special for that. You just... This is it. So let's end it here, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Crash 3 is completed 105%, and Sane Trilogy is completed 100% completely. Here is the true ending of Crash 3, and our true ending for Sane Trilogy in the end of the entire thing.
No, it cannot be! Not a prisoner of time again!
The Time Twister machine could not hold itself together. We were lucky to escape.
Give me the mask! With it, I shall take over the world! Come on!
It is difficult to say what has happened to our enemies, but I doubt we will see them for a long time.
And that's it. And yeah, this is the jump cut to when I got the relic, so there you go. That is essentially everything. I have platinumed every relic. I have gotten every gem. I've 100% everything. I've done everything. So now leaves the achievements, which we only have about 1 or 2. Actually, I believe we only have 1, which is this fucker here. Fake Crash is here, and all we have to do with him is shoot a bazooka. And that's it. Let's keep shooting at him. Eventually I should get the achievement. There you go. Except no substitutes. That's it. That, and also the 99 life achievement, which, there you go, I did that one. Not the fastest, but I did it anyway. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything. That is every achievement, and that is my platinum achievement of the game. That is Sane Trilogy, completely and utterly platinumed. And here's the proof. So, that's it. There's nothing else for me to do now. So, here are all the achievements for Crash 3. The platinum being all the bosses, from Tiny Tiger to Cortex, discovering the bonus path, getting the gem path, Death Route, the secret exits for Road Crash and Dynamite, earning 42 gems, earning every gem in the bonus levels, earning the relics, all of them, and they're all references to CTR. I wonder why. Probably just references. Have the bazooka ready for the Riddle of the Sphinx with that little thing at the Sphinx level. Shoot the imposter. Shoot fake Crash. Die. All the warp thing, you know, the fucking turning into a frog. And keeping Crash on the wraps. Getting caught by the mummy. Doing the Hurricane Spin as Coco. And of course, getting all 99 lives. And shoot 5 chickens. And destroy all the bases for the fucking monkey when he starts throwing shit at you. And that's it. That is everything. So now, it is actually time to show you the credits. Because I kept fucking not showing you the credits and sort of faking you out and that such. But now I'm showing you them. So what do I think of Sane Trilogy? It's neat. I had fun. There were bits I hated doing, obviously. I hated doing the relics because, Jesus Christ, the relics of some of these fucking levels are just bullshit. Going through Crash 1 in Sane Trilogy was painful. More painful than doing it originally. I had a bit more fun going for the original Crash 1 than I did of the Sane Trilogy version. Crash 2... I mean, it's Crash 2. I'm not gonna have any fun of that game ever again, thanks to speedrunning, so... Yeah, it was never going to happen. I was going to hate Crash 2, and I will still hate doing Crash 2. Crash 3, though, it was about the exact same as Crash 3 in the original, except for the boats. The boats were a bit different, but outside of that, I believe it was the exact same shit, and honestly, it wasn't that bad. If I had to go for what was the hardest, I would consider Crash 3 the hardest, but then, the DLC for Crash 1 was added in, so really it's sort of like an in-between. It's either Crash 1 is the hardest, or Crash 3 is the hardest, and I did that by the fucking relics. Okay, I did that by the fucking relics of both games, and also by the DLC of Crash 1, The Stormy Ascent. Because both these fucking games have some of the most bullshit relics I had to deal with in my fucking life. And some of these relics were done because of developers for Sane Trilogy. These were not all original times from like NTSC or PAL or whatever of the original game. Some of these were made just for Sane Trilogy to either make it easier or make it harder. Some were easier, some were harder. And that was only in Crash 3. The relics in Crash 1 and 2 were never in the game originally. They were only in the remaster. And I think the times for those ones are bullshit. Crash 2, though, I think, even though it had some shitty moments, was the least hardest of all three. Crash 1 has some relic times that are just so fucking tight that you have barely any time to actually get through that shit. By the way, I do thank Naughty Dog for the original 3. Good for you. But then there's also Crash 3, which also has some really dickish ones, like Mad Bombers and such, where the time is tight as fuck. So, in all honesty, either it's going to be Crash 3 that's the hardest, or Crash 1. If I had to actually choose, I'd choose Crash 1 for hardest. The relics in that, I believe, are much more tighter and harder to deal with. And with Stormy Ascent added in, it essentially makes this the hardest of all three fucking games. Which is no surprise to me, considering Crash 1 has always been the hardest of the three. But they made it hard because of the relics. If it was just like the levels themselves, Crash 3 and 2 are harder than Crash 1. In fact, Crash 2, relics aside, Crash 2, with just the gems and the crystals and shit, no relics at all, is the hardest. Crash 2, in my opinion, will be the hardest out of the three. It had no relics at all in any of the three games. With relics, Crash 1 or 3. And that is because of the time they have to beat the shit. Because you legit have to speedrun this stuff in order to fucking beat some of these times for Platinum. And I am not a speedrunner. I will never be a speedrunner for Crash games because I suck at speedrunning Crash games. When it comes to speedrunning these fucking games, I suck at them. And if you have seen my past in speedrunning Crash games, especially with Crash 2, you would know, okay? You would fucking know how bad I am. So, yeah, I don't want to hear any bullshit about how this shit is easy, because it's not. It's really not. Doing what I have done here is not easy, and will take a lot of fucking practice, okay? It will take a lot of attempts. It will take you hours of attempts to do one fucking level at least. For a lot of these levels, in fact. So, you'll be at it for a while, okay? If you're doing all platinum, relics and shit, you'll be at it for a while, and yet there's no fucking point. Getting all gold will get you 105%, no problem. All you need is gold. Platinum doesn't fucking matter. There is nothing special to platinum. I only did platinum to fully complete the game. And by the way, if you think I'm gonna go and do the fucking dev times and beat every dev time in all 3 games, you are out of your fucking mind! So no, I am not fucking doing that. But there you go. That is Sane Trilogy. And I think, for what it's worth, with Sane Trilogy, with beating all 3 games, with how they recreated them, I think this is a decent recreation of all 3 games. I think it's tough. I think it has its fun moments. And I think you can find some enjoyment out of this. If you're nostalgic for the fucking games. If you're not gonna have any fucking fun. You're gonna hate these fucking games. And you're gonna want to go back to your fucking shitty little card games because you suck at playing a good fucking old-timey game. Because you suck at games. Because games nowadays are made too easy for the common gamer. But yeah, that's my little rant there. That's my little opinion on Sane Trilogy, and that's all I have to say. So what's next? Well, people want me to do this now, even though I don't want to. But because of the references on certain ads in the trophies for the relics of Crash 3, and because of a demo play will be coming up soon, and because it is Crash and people want to see this game remastered at some point alongside Crash 1, 2, and 3. Because it's not out yet, and I don't know when it's going to be out yet, I think it'll be taking a long time before it even happens. If ever. Next time, against my better judgment, I'm going to be Let's Playing Crash Team Racing. 100%. All Platinum Relics. Everything. There's the dev times. FUCK THAT! That's what I gotta say about that. Fuck that! I'm not fucking doing it! Okay? Fuck these fucking times! I'm not fucking doing them! It's bad enough with the fucking platinum bugs in this fucking game. I'm not fucking doing the fucking dev times! I will see you next time for CTR. Fuck Crash 2. I enjoyed Crash 3 a bit, and Crash 1 was bullshit, but I expected it. Thanks for watching. I enjoyed Sane Trilogy. I'll see you all next time for Crash Team Racing, the original on PS1. See you then.